In today's episode, I want to cover Gatorade. Do we need it? Do we not need it? What's in it? What makes this blue color? How much sugar is in it? Is it good for our bodies? So I want to cover all of that. I'm Renee Seltzer, founder of Feeding My Kid, and in today's episode, we're really going to talk about sports drinks and do our kids need them and what happens to the body when they take them in. So I'm really excited to bring this to you. Make sure you watch the whole thing because it's super informative. All the research that we're citing is going to be below, so check that out too if you're the kind of person to wonder where all this info comes from. But I'm really excited to talk about this because I see people at the park all the time drinking sports drinks, and I don't think we always know what's inside of them. So excited. All right, so the marketing is amazing. They have athletes, they drop it on them at sports events, and it's just a real powerhouse when it comes to marketing, and they've really sold us on the fact that we need Gatorade. Well, I think when you find out what actually is inside of them and what it does to the body, you might think different. And what can they be having instead of sports drinks? And I don't mean to be picking on just Gatorade because Powerade's right up there, and all, Red Bulls and all the other ones. So all the sports drinks are really in the same category. How do you make sure your kids don't get dehydrated? Because it's a concern, right? So if you make sure that they're drinking every 15 minutes, that the coach kind of pulls them aside and really just reinforces that they need to drink water, that's perfect. At the end of the game, go ahead and give your child a banana, or even at the beginning of the game. A banana has an amazing amount of potassium, way more than a Gatorade. So Gatorade only has about 30 milligrams of potassium. A banana has about 450. So you're really doing a lot better with a banana and some water. If you're really worried also about electrolytes, give your kids some chicken soup. Yeah, that's it, just some chicken soup. This bottle of Gatorade has 39 grams of sugar in it. That's insane. So every 4 grams of sugar equals a teaspoon. So this has almost 10 teaspoons of sugar in just this one bottle. Well, what we've learned in other videos, so make sure you check those out, is that it's cumulative, right? So your kids aren't just having a Gatorade, they're having yogurts, and they're having tomato sauce, and they're having ketchup, and cereal, and all this, and it could really lead to 20 to 30 plus teaspoons of sugar, and your kid didn't even have a cake or a cupcake. So that's insane, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about this. This is 130 calories, this one, of needless calories, right? So if you kind of look at where most of our calories and sugar comes from, it is sweetened beverages. So have your kids switch to, no sports drinks, and I even have a whole different video about juice, and it's the same thing. With about 40% of our kids that are overweight and 70% of adults overweight, we need to cut back on our sugared beverages. Children under the age of 8 should be having 4 teaspoons of added sugar throughout the entire day of everything. As I mentioned in other videos, 74% of packaged goods have added sugar to them. That's insane. So it's really hard to avoid added sugar. So you want to make all of your efforts possible not to give your kids extra sugar on top of that, right? So I always say, I'm a big advocate for finding ketchups and tomato sauces and everything else without added sugar, but definitely skip all the sports drinks with your kids. Like I said, give them a water, give them a banana, and send them on their merry way. Let's cover what else is inside of a Gatorade, because it's really important that we know what's in it, and you'll be shocked. So these companies do an absolutely amazing job marketing that we need their products, and they really don't talk about what's in them. So I am here to dig in, to really investigate what goes into them. Do we need this in our bodies, and what does it do to our bodies? So if you have some favorite foods that your kids are eating and you're on the fence about them, go ahead and make a comment below and tell me what they are, and I'll create a video just for you. Not enough happens in the world that no one's really talking about this. So not enough people are talking about what is in our food, and I want to change that. So my whole mission is just to create infinite amounts of videos and articles on feedingmykid.com to really help you make better decisions for you and your family. So make sure you like and thumbs up and subscribe, and better yet, share the videos with your friends, because everyone has the right to know of what we're eating and what we're feeding our kids outside of what the marketing messages are telling us we should be feeding our kids, because they're doing an awesome job marketing to us, but I feel like we don't know enough of what goes inside these foods. So let's find out what is all this stuff that makes up a Gatorade, all right? So we're gonna go through water, sugar, we covered that. Dextrose is really another name for sugar. So let's cover natural and artificial flavors, and what is that? Well, there's about 80,000 products that list natural and artificial flavors. It's about anywhere from 50 to 100 different things qualify for that. So you actually don't know if there's 3 things that are natural and artificial in here or 100 things that are. It's the 4th leading ingredient that's in food, in processed food, okay? So, and sometimes if it's as natural, it's not necessarily as natural as you think it is. Gatorade has blue 1 and red 40. These, so in rats, and some of these food colorings actually show to grow tumors, and they haven't done enough of the studies in humans yet to say that, but it also can increase hyperactivity. Monopotassium phosphate is used as a fertilizer and a fungicide. Yeah, that's right, that's what's in here. Let me just read, I'm going to read this to you to make sure I get it right. So the source of potassium as a preservative for this, it's a preservative, and again, some countries don't allow it at all. If you have too much phosphorus, it causes calcium to be drawn out of the blood, and in some cases, our bones. Over long term, this can weaken our bones and increase our susceptibility to fractures. So if you're drinking too many of these for too long, it actually could weaken our bones. That's a scary thing, especially when we're giving it to small children who are still developing their bones. So really keep that in mind. Is that something you want to be giving to your kids? And do you want to be allowing that in your home? And I don't want this in my body. I don't want this to go into my kids. There hasn't been something compelling that I've read about it that says we need this, and I do want to give this to my kids. So you got to remember, kids are still growing. Kids are developing, their nervous systems are developing, their bones are developing. We don't want to put any kind of added chemicals into their system that have to compete with that growth or potentially stunt that growth in any possible way. So really think about it the next time you're giving your kids a Gatorade or you're buying it at the store. Save a ton of money and just give your kids a water and a banana. I'm Renee Seltzer. Thanks for tuning into this video. Make sure you subscribe and share it with everybody you know. Now we have to understand, is Gatorade something we want to be giving our kids, or Powerade, or any of the other sports drinks? So I really want to get your comments below and get your thoughts and be more present to what we're offering our kids. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're everywhere, and we're really helping to get the word about what goes into our food. So until next time, thanks so much, and I look forward to your comments.